I invest that full $1,600, something unexpected happens. That's the system that I'm trying to build. But here's the truth: even though this works, you still have to respect margin.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Borrowed and Build. If you're new to the channel, remember that I deposit most of my paycheck. Once my paycheck is invested, I buy assets such as SPYM, SCHG. Then I use my credit card, which gives me 1.5% cash back. And if I consistently keep doing this, I'll get asset appreciation with dividends included, and over time margin will become optional. And please remember that this is not a financial advice. Please do your own research because margin can be very risky, and it is risky. And remember, if you like these type of contents, please do not forget to subscribe, like, and share and comment. Thank you.
I used margin on $1,600, and something happened that most people wouldn't expect. My withdrawal amount didn't go down, and it actually went up. Let me show you exactly what happened and why this matters if you're using margin the wrong way. So right now, my account is sitting at $34,331. My buying power is around $16,800, and I'm currently using about $19,000 in margin. Now, before I invest anything, my withdrawal amount, the money I can actually take out, is sitting at $8,394. That's important because that's the number that allows me to pay my bills. So, what I'm going to do here is simple. I'm going to take $1,600 and invest it. Now, once I deposit that money, my account jumps up to $35,898. Okay, as you can see here, my buying power also increases, and at the same time, my margin used actually goes down. And that's a good thing, right? Because when you deposit money into your account, you're strengthening your precision. You're strengthening your precision. Now your margin buffer goes up and your account becomes safer, and overall you're in a better spot. But here's where things start getting interesting. My goal is not to just deposit, it's to invest that $1,600, right? So in this case, I am buying income. I'm buying things like XDTE, QDTE, a little bit of YMAX, some OT, and some CLM. All of these are focused on getting cash flow. Now, once I invest that full $1,600, something unexpected happens. My withdrawal amount, instead of going down, it goes up, right? So it increases to $9,180. And that's the part that makes people stop and think, how does that make sense? I just invested money, I use margin, and somehow now I have more available to withdraw. Here's what's actually happening. When you invest, your assets increase. Your portfolio becomes stronger, and because your account looks stronger, on paper, Robinhood gives you more flexibility. And that flexibility shows up as a higher withdrawal amount. So on the surface, it feels like you're winning. You invest more and you can still withdraw more. But this is exactly where you have to be careful because now I'm going to take the next step. I'm going to withdraw that same amount. I'm going to withdraw that same $1,600. And this is where everything starts to shift. Once I withdraw the money, my margin starts stacking. My margin used jump, now sitting around $20,800. My margin buffer drops to 59%. And most importantly, my withdrawal amount drops. It goes from 9,180 bucks down to around $7,750. Now you can clearly see what's happening. When I invest, my flexibility increases, but when I withdraw, that flexibility comes back down. And if you keep repeating the cycles too fast, that's when margin starts stacking against you. That's exactly what happened to me before. I was moving I was moving too fast. I was investing, borrowing, withdrawing, and over again. And eventually I pushed my account too far to the point where I had to sell shares just to recover. That's not the goal. Okay? That's not the goal. The goal is to build assets, not to sell them to fix mistakes. So now I approach this very differently. I keep my withdrawal amount in a range usually between 7,000 to $9,000. That gives me flexibility, but also keeps me under control because I use this money for real life. I use it to pay my bills. I use it to pay bills. I use it to pay off my Robinhood credit card, which gives me about 3% cash back on everything: groceries, bills, subscriptions, everything that goes through that credit card. And then I use my withdrawal amount to pay it off in full. So I don't get charged interest. That's the system that I'm trying to build. But here's the truth: even though this works, you still have to respect the margin because margin stacks. And if you don't control it, it will eventually control you. Now, one thing that's helping me right now is the market. We've had some positive movement recently, and that's giving my account a little bit of support. But you can't rely on that. You need a system that helps even though when the market isn't helping you. And that's where income comes in. That's why I focus on dividend paying assets because they bring money back into the account. They help me support my withdrawal amount and they slow down how fast margin builds up. Now, looking back, I don't think what I'm doing is wrong. I just think that I started too fast. I didn't give the system time to build. I didn't let the income catch up. And because of that, my margin stacked quickly. So in my next video, I'm going to show you exactly how I would start this from scratch, step by step, slower, more controlled, and in a way that actually supports itself long term. Because if you get this right, this strategy can work. But if you rush it, it can actually break fast. This is just my journey. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research. But hopefully, this gives you a better understanding of what's really happening when you use margin. And I'll see you on the next one.